Just out in the wilderness by myself. Everyone's probably still sleeping in today from their parties last night. So I'm just gonna stay out here by myself and talk to myself for a little while longer and see if anyone shows up this morning or if the stream actually works, because when I wanted to upload something, it looked like the stream wasn't gonna work. So we shall see what we shall see. I'll give it a couple more minutes, and if nothing happens, hey, happy Independence Day. Looks like the stream is going through to somebody. My concern was that it wouldn't go through at all because it's just very, very remote where I'm at right now. So I wasn't really sure if I'd actually get any access here. But I also don't have any of my equipment with me. I just want to hang out and say happy 4th of July. Talk a little bit about our country and some coins if we can. And thanks for joining me. So I can give you all a little bit of some background here, a little bit of background. I don't know if you can see this line here? That is called, that's called the border right there. So you can all figure out maybe where I'm at, maybe you can't. There's a big D on the mountain. That probably doesn't mean anything to any of y'all. But small towns are cool because small towns, you know, they put their letters up on the wall, up on the mountains, so you can see it, so everyone knows where you're at. So you guys have that near you? You got some small towns. They put, well, even in Tucson they have A Mountain. They got a big A, which is not for Tucson, right? Like A for Arizona, I guess, and the U of A puts it up there. So what's everyone's plans for this 4th of July? You guys doing some grilling? Did you already have fireworks last night? Some places already had fireworks last night. I know in different places in Tucson, they already had the fireworks going up. And let me know if y'all can hear. Like I said, I don't have my equipment with me, so I'm going to just be having to go right off of whatever you guys are saying when you comment. Give you the 360 here. I don't know if I can catch it for y'all. So these, where am I looking here? I got to find the mountains right back here. So these mountains back here, or this Mule Pass back in there, that's where the mining town of Bisbee is. And so Bisbee, you can actually kind of see an area where the mountain is dug up. The lighting here isn't great yet this morning, but there's an area there where you can actually see the mine from here. And if you can hear some banging in the background, I think that the local gun club is down there somewhere. So they're celebrating the 4th of July. I should stop by and just say hi and, you know, see what everyone is shooting out there, right? So happy 4th of July. Good to have everyone out this morning. And I don't know if you can hear all the animals, all the birds and stuff. It's beautiful out here. I'll finish the tour and then we can talk some coins real quick for a little bit, or just hang out. I don't care. But all these tall, skinny plants behind me, these guys, those are called ocotillo. And ocotillo, you see them a lot in southern Arizona, but they really like limestone. And lots of times where there are mines and mineral specimens, there will be ocotillo. It's just a thing. I don't know how it works. You know, that's not my job. That's not my job. So what else? Okay, you know. So this is the town down in this where all the trees are. This is the town of. Hey, someone's in Yuma. Hey, my other border brother down there, Rafe. How you doing, man? So we're down. All these trees down here is Douglas, Arizona. And then across the border is Agua Prieta on the other side of the border there. And of course that, like I was saying before, that whole long line right there, that's the border. So I'm, what would you say that is? I don't know how far that is. A quarter of a mile maybe at the most. So, but the ocotillo, if you ever watch John Wayne movies, any old Western movies, you see these fences that they would make. They'd make fences out of a couple things. They make fences out of ocotillo. They'd also make fences out of, they would make fences out of the old saguaro ribs. So like saguaro skeletons basically. So there's that. But it's lovely. We had a big monsoon storm last night, so it's in the 70s out here right now, which is crazy cool. It'll get steamy as soon as that sun pops through those clouds, though. I'm gonna be melting, which will be great. But it'll just feel like Florida. So all you guys in Florida, you'll be like, yeah, so what? That's how it is all the time. That's cool. So did anyone buy any special coins for the 4th of July? You guys pick anything up special for yourself? By the way, if you see me jump and dance, it's probably just because a bug got on me. So I'm gonna be watching out for that. Other than that, I think we're good. What's your latest pickups in coins? What'd you guys pick up? Gardner, I thought you were in New Mexico. You got you in every state now. These guys, I think he's encroaching on my territory a little bit too much. So what's the latest coin pickups y'all got? I don't know that I've got anything to show you because I'm in the middle of the desert right now. So there's that, and that's okay because I might just be out here for a little bit of time, just chatting and saying hi. I will talk to you about if the downturn in the coin market. I don't know if you guys have seen that yet or not, but I know in the gray sheet you've got a lot of coin markets going down and a lot of silver dollar prices going down. All right, we got some silver proof sets, flaws, collecting flaws from the U.S. Mint. All right, I don't know what that is. Gardner Earth Guy, Panhandle, Florida, Phoenix Flag, 1993. Picked up a 1986 proof Libertad. Oh, nice. Very nice. New 20-cent piece from Christopher. That's always a good coin. Christopher, what year and mint mark was that guy? That one's pretty cool. 20-cent pieces are always fun. Half dimes. So we got a lot of coin activity out there from y'all. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the downturn, the so-called downturn in the market, and just relate it to one thing. Oh man, so Rafe, you got some more modern stuff out there that's pretty cool. U.S. Mint quality control is terrible. Yes, Tom. Yeah, correct. Hey, happy 4th, Donald. That 20-cent piece was an 1875S. That's cool. All right, so for those of you who don't get the gray sheet, you get to see in the gray sheet they put ups and downs for when the market is moving one way or the other. So you know, the last month issue, they have all these down arrows especially on the Morgan market. And so the Morgan market, so the gray sheet works a couple different ways. They talk about you know, they try to track sales, which is one thing, but also they track bids, which is another thing. So, you know, should people be concerned about whether or not the market's just going to collapse when it comes to dollars? And my quick short answer is no, I don't think so. I'm going to make a parallel to the housing market in that, you know, they have these increased interest rates in the housing market. Morning, Don, and you see a lot of houses that are on the market, the prices start to tick down a little bit, but your sales are still pretty brisk, even with the prices going down a little bit. And I think you're going to see a lot of that in the coin market for now too, where you're going to see certain areas. Some of those downticks are things that were probably a little bit overpriced. So, so when you have certain things that are overpriced, you're communing with nature. I am. I don't know if you guys can hear all the nature out here. It's pretty loud. There actually used to be a show called on the local PBS called The Desert Speaks. So, all right. So let me know what you guys think about the price changes coming up. If you think they're going to go down or up or sideways. I'm not too surprised, you know, and I talked to lots of dealers about this too, have said, hey, you know, GSAs, they were overpriced a little bit at, you know, whatever. They went all the way up to almost 400 for a common date, and, you know, that they should be, you know, closer to 300 or something like that. And so they've pulled down a little bit. See, the down on the common coins or rare high grades are across the board. So, that actually on the Morgan Dollar Series, you saw a downturn on a lot of stuff. So the weird thing is there are things that control the gray sheet's the wrong way to put it, but things that cause prices to move in the gray sheet. And some of those things that you'll see that'll cause the prices to move in the gray sheet are actual bids by dealers. So you'll have certain dealers that'll say, hey, I'm bidding $300 for this 1886O and MS60 or whatever the coin may be. And maybe the previous bid on the coin was like $250. So all of a sudden the price gets jacked up kind of what I would call somewhat artificially. Now there's a legitimate bid at the other end of it. Like there's a guy who's actually there's a, thanks Donald. There's guys who actually are paying that much for it. So the coin is technically worth that much in the marketplace, but really only to a handful of guys. So in my mind, that's not necessarily the marketplace when you have one or two things coming down the pipe at you, just one or two bids coming down the pipe at you. You guys can fill me in on the 2023 Peace Dollar news. I hadn't read the article on it yet. They had said that they were going to make some 2023s. Let's assume they can get the silver then, right? I think they'll get the silver then. So I still think that you'll see good prices. We got a couple of good summer auctions coming up here. So I think on the high-end coins, to answer your question, I think on the high-end coins you're still going to see pretty good results at auctions. So I think that that part of the market is still going to be strong. I'm doing metal detecting while I'm out here. I'm not. It's not a bad idea though. I mean, especially if you go, a lot of this area, there's a big valley behind me, and there's lots of old ranches out here. So, people used to, it's a very different area than like southern Arizona. Well, I'm such an idiot. This is southern Arizona. It's a very different area than like in Tucson. There always was a little bit more vegetation down here, and a few more streams than you would see. And so you tend to see a little bit more of you'd see these old school ranches out here. And so there's probably some pretty good metal detecting out here somewhere. I'm just going to try not to sit on this plant as I sit back down. Yeah, we got some rain out here last night, which was nice. I might have some video to throw up on Instagram. I like saying throw up. I think that's kind of the right way to talk on the 4th of July, right? Hopefully you all stay safe and sober out there though, but party with your friends at their house, right? And don't go out in public too much. That's my advice for the 4th of July and any major holiday is party at home. I don't mind crowds on a non-holiday. Crowds on a holiday though, I'm not that into. So, but let's see here. Oh man, yeah, I'm just Gardner. I'm waiting for the Tyrant collection to go ahead and send me his coins to put my sticker on. So, smoker, I am not smoking right now. Those are allergies. That's what I'm telling you, and that's what we're gonna keep saying. So, but no, it's out in the desert. Really, it's good stuff. So, all right, so thanks guys for joining me today. Yeah, so the coin market I think is still going to be strong coming into the summer. I do think you're going to continue to see some down prices, mostly on kind of like that common date Morgans and stuff. But even then, we're still selling stuff. We're still selling stuff at a pretty good rate. As far as common date Morgans, if they're a nice Morgan and it's graded and people need it for their set, they're still buying them at what the market's been at. So I wish I knew how to make smoke come out of my ears. That'd be pretty cool. Like that, but that's a special effect. All right, non-coin question for y'all. Do you have a go-to 4th of July movie? Go-to 4th of July movie. I just want to know, especially if it's something that's in black and white or older, right? So, and then after this question, Tom, I'll get right back to the Peace Dollar question. No, I'm not from Philly. I got a nice Philly shirt because I got good customers that send me stuff like that. So tell me, we're watching, like, what's your 4th of July go-to movie? You guys sit down and watch something in black and white with some old actors on it or not? Peace Dollars, Tom, while everyone's filling that out and answering. So far, the Peace Dollars didn't have as many downward trends in them this month. I still think that, Peace Dollars didn't run up as high. They're just not the same as the market. And I like making market comparisons just to try to give an analogy. In a housing market always seems to have some weird correlation for me that I like to use. In 07, 08, some of you guys remember the housing market going like way up and then coming back down. And it depends a little bit on how hot the market gets, right? As far as how far it can come back down. you know, the piece dollars, your better date piece dollars, your 21s and your 28s, your 34S and high grade, all of those really shot up, right? And those are the ones that have some room to come back down. But a lot of your common dates or semi-common dates, those, you know, 27s, 27Ss, they didn't run up as high, right? So then they didn't crash as hard. The same thing happened when I compared Tucson housing to Phoenix housing. Homes that were $120,000 in Tucson ran up to like $250,000, and then they crashed back down to 180, right? So 120 to 250 back to 180. In Phoenix, those same homes that were like 120, they went up to 300,000 and they came back down to 80,000. Like literally the houses in 2007 and 8 in Phoenix. So my point is that like the Morgan market is more like the Phoenix market. It's just really big and really everyone's in there. And then the Tucson market and the Morgan and the Peace market are more like where it's not as crazy hot or crazy active. So you won't see those, in my opinion, you won't see the same fluctuations. And that goes down the scale when you go into real just different levels of popularity, right? So you've got all those series that are up and coming but never up and came, right? Like maybe the Shield Nickels or something like that. And you saw very little volatility in that market over this run-up. You know, your major price run-up was on rare coins, key dates, and the most popular series, which of course is like your Morgan Dollars, your Lincoln Pennies, you know, and things of that nature. And apparently toned coins, which is now also the hottest commodity in the world. So that I'm out here just toning coins today, guys. You come out here, you just leave them out in the desert for a couple days, and they change, right? All right. Yeah, happy about your 21 Morgans and 64s that you got before the run-up. Yeah, they might come down a little bit, but still, I think they're not going to come down to the prices of 2019. I don't think they will. So 95.0, fine 15, small rim ding on the reverse, denote on the slab. Should I be ticked off about it? Okay, so there's always lots of little things on a coin that they can mention but don't, or that they don't have to mention and they do. And the hard thing is sometimes this just depends on ownership, right? So if you get a coin that it can have a small surface scratch or it can have a small rim ding, at a certain point, PCGS or NGC decides to say, I'm going to mention that because it's there, right? And there's other times when they just don't mention it. So being ticked off or not, it's up to you. But the question is whether or not you have a right of return if you don't like it. Like if I sold you that coin and you don't like it, you know, return it to me. You know, we'll refund the money, right? So, but that happens from time to time where you'll have a small problem with the coin, and then you'll still not be mentioned on the label. All right. Let me see here. Oh yeah, so the 2023s have been announced at their price points. Reverse proof set 175. Yeah, we'll see how many they make, by the way. That'll be interesting. You know, how many of those Morgans and Peace dollars are they going to make? I'm still somewhat flabbergasted that they didn't. This is the new drinking game, by the way. When I say the word flabbergasted, y'all take a drink, right? I'm still flabbergasted that they didn't make the 2022s. Like, it's really interesting to me that they had this you know, the silver shortage and they weren't able to get a hold of it. Like, what is that, right? That didn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me. So I think that those reverse proofs are probably going to look pretty boss, though. I think I'm looking forward to seeing how they look. I like how, in general, how the 2021 coins turned out on the Peace dollars. The Morgans were pretty good, and I think that the popularity is going to stay with those. So, all right, I'm working on a seated dime love token collection. What, dude? Okay, so I got to tell you right now, that is awesome, and I love stuff like that. You get this really bizarre stuff that you try to put together. I got buddies they put together. Here's one I've told people about. I mentioned this once in a blue moon. Maybe I've mentioned it before, but you can try to collect a lowball set of older U.S. commems, a lowball set. So U.S. commems are really fun because they come really high grade. So sorry, when I pause, it's because I'm trying to read words while I'm talking. It's just, I can't do both those things at the same time. It's just impossible. But try to put a low ball set together of older US commems, because they almost always come XF, AU, UNC, and they almost never come like VG, Fine, VF, unless someone kept it as a pocket piece. So I had a buddy, he had in an old Dansko album, he was putting together the whole set, and it was really pretty wild to go through. I mean, try to find a low grade, well, the Colombians circulated quite a bit, right? But try to find a low grade, I don't know, like Washington Carver, or even like a, you know, a Isabella Quarter, and they're just not that easy to locate. So kind of hard to find some of that stuff. And that's always a fun set. And I'd imagine putting a love token set together by date and mint mark would be pretty tough. You'd have to do it by date, right? Because one side of the coin is obliterated. So that'd be a date only set, I'd imagine. All right, classic commemoratives are some of the nicest US coins too. Yeah, if you don't want to do the low ball set, go ahead and go for the full set. I mean, date set anyways of classic commemoratives. You don't need to do the full 144 coin set unless you really want to, but I would tell you it's a really a lot of fun. I love the variety of those coins, really nice stuff. 75% on my proof-seeded Liberty dollar collection, very difficult. 1878 Morgan, my words are fading way too fast. Ride the unicycle, juggle annex slabs while streaming epic content. I think I can do that. Our Carson City Morgan dollars overvalued. I don't know that the whole series, I've stated before that I thought GSAs were kind of high, and so I guess when I say kind of high, I would say that they're overvalued. You know, there's something that they shouldn't, in my opinion, be that expensive. But the hard thing about the coin market, like any other market, is there's a lot of different forces of supply and demand at work at the same time, right? So there are people that buy them constantly at a dealer level that want to have them in inventory for their customers, and they're a little bit of the market makers. You know, Northern Nevada Coin, Alan over there, they buy GSAs a lot because that's their thing, right? They're like, we are Carson City. If it has a CC on it, we're going to pay more for it than most people will pay for it, and we're going to make the market on that, right? So that forces the market a little bit, but he's also reacting to the overall market, which is to say mortgages in general were going up. You started having a lot of other dealers bid a lot higher on their CCs because they wanted to have some for inventory. And you had a lot of dealers, you had a lot of not dealers, you had a lot of collectors snatching stuff up off of eBay and other auction sites. And so there was legitimately a lower amount available when you went out. Because, you know, it used to be you'd go to a show and you'd see lots of guys with stacks and stacks of GSAs. And so you don't really see that as much anymore. So I think a lot of that stuff has been absorbed into the marketplace. I'm not going to the Orlando show. Excuse me. I'm not smoking. I'm not going to the Orlando show. Not that I need to be smoking to go to the Orlando show. That was a non sequitur. If I lose my water, I'll die out here. So I don't want to do that. I don't know. I'm still thinking about going to. I don't know if any of you guys are in Vegas. So here's the thing, right? So there's two shows in Vegas. They're like a couple weeks apart, and you know, one's at the Orleans and one's at what is it called, the Palace. And so the Orleans one fits into my schedule, but I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, don't go to the Orleans one. Go to the Palace show because it's much better." And I understand that, and I'm also working with my own schedule, right? So it's like, you know, for me, trying to get my schedule together, I might try to do Orlando in January. So, you know, I think that it's a show I'll get to eventually. When it comes to my show schedule, I'm trying to just get into different parts of the country here and there. You know, I really can't get out of the shop as much as I'd like to. Well, I'd say it has. Well, I've told you guys it has a lot more to do with family obligations than anything else. So, you know, that's just kind of how I roll. All right, the hotels will tone your coins. True. Someone had commented about seeded proof coins, and I would tend to agree with you on that. Seeded proof coins, that's a fun area to try to collect. Those are expensive, man. They get pricey. Putting together a collection of high-grade coins, U.S. Mint, $33, $20 legal. Okay, I didn't read all that because it faded off my screen too fast, and I read like a third grader. So, if I didn't get the gist of the question, so if everyone wants to just go ahead and you know, abbreviate it for me into a, maybe if you use emojis, I'll understand what we're talking about. But I've told you before, if you're getting into mid-century modern, which is I don't think necessarily where the question was going, because he mentioned 1933. I don't think I can buy a 1933 and, you know, double eagle. I think there's only one out there, and I'm not bidding on it. I might bid on it. I'm just not going to bid high enough to buy it because that'd be insane. But you know, modern coins, that whole era from the 30s and 40s, trying to find really nice coins. Here's a challenge for y'all. If you have coin shops that are near you and they still have all of the coins. Oh, okay, collect all the 33 coins. I like that. If you could, all the 33 coins, wait a second. You guys are messing with me now because there's not that many of them, right? Yeah, they didn't make the quarters. What did they make? The half dollar. They made the penny. They didn't make the nickel. Yeah, they didn't make the dime. 33. So it's just collect a year that they didn't make anything, right? So I think the 10, is the 10 available in 33? Yeah. Oh no, that's a really rare one, I think. I get them all mixed up. Did I say bed bugs can tone coins? I probably did. I say a lot of things. So, all right. After the train gets derailed from leaving the station here, I need to get back on track with if you have a coin shop near you or at a coin show, here's a fun challenge. If you want to buy inexpensive raw coins and you can find them, trying to collect really high-end raw coins from the 30s and 40s. 30s are more expensive, but once you get into the 40s and 50s, you know, once you get into the 40s and 50s, because you can really put together some really nice coins that are not slabbed, because it doesn't pay for a lot of guys to slab that stuff. So there's a lot of them that are still just raw because the coins aren't worth enough until you get into like MS67. So that's kind of a fun area to collect. So collect your 1933 series and then collect raw coins from the 40s and 50s in high-end BU. See if you can locate those. I think Tom was asking about the next series to be up in flames, up in smoke, get hot, hot, hot. And I don't really predict that very well, or I try to just avoid predictions like that because I know that I'm just going to be wrong anyways. But that should probably allow me to just say whatever I want to because I'm going to be wrong anyways, right? So it doesn't really matter. Donald's right. There you go. The 2023 Morgan and Peace dollars. Donald's ahead of the game here. Yeah, I actually think there are certain modern things that come out and will come out that'll just be popular, that are going to have, you know, I had someone ask me the other day about the 2021 Morgan and Peace dollars and if they're going to like go down in value or up in value, and you know, he wanted to know if they're an investment. I said they're not an investment, but I think at $100 and some odd each, the low hundreds, they're probably going to maintain. It reminds me a lot of the 2001 Buffalo dollar coin that came out, because that coin was just destined to be popular because of the design. And the mintage was low enough, relatively speaking, where the value would maintain. So I think that what you're going to see with those 2023 coins is those will be hot, definitely for a while. Especially if you're talking about things that are hot, like flash in the pan hot, right? Like it's going to come and boom, it's going to be hot for a while, and then it maybe eventually cool off. But the modern coin market is actually, I think, pretty solid. So I talked to you guys a lot about the what I call mid-century modern, right? So tougher to get high-grade coins in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. But there's just a whole lot of people that really like the new stuff, right? And so here's the thing, right? So people complain. I'm going to say people. You people out there, you complain. So dealers and some older collectors that you see at shows and stuff complain about the fact that, you know, there aren't new collectors. But then they complain when the new collectors collect things that they don't collect, but the new collectors, you know, they collect something completely different. Well, this is like, you can't have it both ways, guys, right? So if you want new collectors in, you got to realize that they're going to collect things differently than you did, right? They're going to collect stuff from a different era, and the modern stuff's probably going to appeal to them a lot more, right? So I think that, you know, you should really be encouraged. Like I'm encouraged when I see the modern coin market do well on a secondary market level. Now, what I mean by that is I'm not really a big fan of watching modern coin market or one of these companies sell a lot of coins at really huge premiums. what I'm excited to see is that you know, these coins seem to hold their value better on the secondary market than they used to, because that just indicates that there's a whole lot more collectors out there in that area. So, all right, so am I going to be at the Albuquerque show in the fall? No, I'm planning on Albuquerque in the spring again. They're doing Albuquerque twice a year. I plan on doing it in the spring again. Oh geez, yeah, it gets your, hopefully there are no coin spots. Yes, you guys are all right. I saw a couple comments in there about being upset about quality control with the U.S. Mint, and last year with those Morgan and Peace dollars, that was really bad. And hopefully they'll have a much better set of quality control. I've never seen anything like that from the U.S. Mint. The U.S. Mint traditionally, as much as we rail on them, you know, at least their coins are generally clean as they come from the mint, right? Generally, those coins don't have spots on them, you know, no milk spots. They usually don't have carving or, I mean, people sent me pictures of coins that looked like someone took a blowtorch to them. I mean, it was incredible how bad they were. So, tarantula burrows. Listen, I'll tell you what. Yeah, there's plenty of tarantula burrows out here, Jeff. This is not why we're here, but I would totally do like nature hikes and stuff. I thought about doing a live stream from Bisbee where I'm just walking up and down the streets of Bisbee, almost like with a GoPro on, and just walk around so y'all could see it. Because I think that anyone who's not from Arizona, how would you know what Bisbee is, right? Unless someone shows you. I'll probably still put some content up on my channel eventually of things like this. I mean, look around, and southern Arizona is a beautiful, beautiful area. So, U.S. Mint ran out of ideas, idiocracy of the U.S. government. Yeah, the U.S. Mint's always been, the U.S. Mint's always kind of followed other mints' leads on stuff. So, some of the stuff that they put out is pretty good. So, thanks, Doug. We worked on the website. You know, the main point about working on the website, and it still needs a lot of work because it keeps having little bugs pop up, but the main point about the website was our biggest problem was people, when they went on it, when more than like 5 guys looked at the same time, it crashed, which was unacceptable. We couldn't have that. So, so I think that, you know, we'll keep on working on the website. It's a constant thing. The engineer's always working with our guys on it. So we'll see. All right. Market, hot and cold. We talked about that a little bit. I was going to also ask you all about content in general. Some of you know I don't watch other people's content. I just create what we create down here. Let me see. What? Hey, don't two-time me out there, okay? Or are you talking about your wife two-timing me? Is your wife two-timing me with her coin show binging? I hope not. I hope not. Well, thanks for that lead-in, though, because that's what I was going to ask about. A little bit about content. You know, I tend to just put different stuff, whatever's up on my mind. And, you know, let me know if there's other types of content specifically that I can bring that no one else can. And for me, that goes back to this content about Southern Arizona, where I'm going to like, hey, these old towns, if you like mining stuff, you know, it's very interesting. If you like some of the history, I just learned the other day that that the pennies largely from the 50s and 60s, most of that copper is from Arizona, which doesn't surprise me. But by then, the Bisbee mine was basically shut down, right? And so, but Morenci, which is up kind of like midway up on the eastern side of the state, that mine provided a whole lot of copper for the U.S. government. So, Tom, if you like to roam, Bisbee is similar-ish. You know, it's a little bit different. The geography is a little bit different. You know, but a lot of it was built up also during those mining days, the 1880s, 1890s, early 1900s. So you have a lot of this really cool old architecture, and the history there is really fantastic. And the mine tour is fun too, by the way. You go straight into the side of the mountain. You know, it's a mountain like this, and you just go straight into the side, just whoop. So, more xenomia, okay, I can do that. I always like doing that. So, yeah, so, you know, it's fun when you're from Yuma, and then they're like, okay, so, you know, movies really make the world go round. It's really amazing. Maybe that's why I was asking you all about what what colonial or Independence Day movies do you watch other than Will Smith and Independence Day? Well, what 1776 style movie do you watch? Because they form and they really shape the minds of people and how they view things. So, for example, the two main mining towns here in southern Arizona, Tombstone and Bisbee, which are super popular, if it's not for Val Kilmer and the guys down there making the movie Tombstone, I don't know if that town would have any visitors, right? Like the history, you've got to know the history. And so people, if they watch a good movie like 310 to Yuma, they're like, okay, well, Yuma, that's a real place down there. Yuma was famous for, so the way Arizona grew up, is, they had the opportunity to place the different they moved the capital, the jail, the university. They all got like a different city, got each one. Yuma got the prison, which was a big deal, right? So there's a historical site down in Yuma, a historical prison that you can go to. So, all right, so Vegas. Oh my, you guys are having too much fun out there. Virtual field trips, Doug. I might do something like that. Let me see. I have, so a lot of ways, someone just asked about doing a series on the Libertad's gold and silver and doing a video on that. So generally when I do a series video, the sun's coming out and the bugs are coming out, so I'm getting a little jumpy here. So usually I want to have coins in hand to be able to do a good video on lots of stuff and look up close. I can go over a video where I'm just talking and describing and we can pop up some pictures of stuff. That's okay too, but I haven't made too many videos like that. I'm mostly making videos where I am, showing the coins. So, I need the Libertads in hand to be able to show, but I do always pop them up when I get a cool one in. But to encapsulate the entire series in a video, I need to have, multiple coins in my possession. Which, by the way, sometimes I have people loan me stuff just for videos. So if you have a bunch of coins for a series, I can always make a video on that. So that's all right. That's okay. I lost my background here a little bit. I was going to have the D behind me. I'm not paying attention. All right, so I just missed an important question. Probably the most important question of the day. That's what happens when I get distracted with my own camera setup here. So you're gonna have to repeat your question, Tom, and then it's gonna show up 2 or 3 times. Was that Tom? Was that who was writing? If the sun comes out anymore, by the way, I may end up putting my sunglasses on. I know that it's cloudy and overcast here, but man, my eyes. So can I cross the border? Oh man, can I cross the border? I had to stand up. I am falling my rear end here. Can I cross the border and buy them cheaper? Some of you guys do that. I get these stories from guys going down to Mexico and buying stuff. But I don't know that if I crossed the border, I'd see Libertads. For those of you who joined late, the line right there, that's the border. So now you all know. That's not how close Tucson is. For those of you who joined late, I'm not in Tucson. I got the big D up here. That's for Durwood. No, actually that's for Douglas, Arizona. So those of you who joined late for the big tour, it's hard for me to see my own geography back here. But this area back here, you got the fence line, but then this area over here where you got all the trees and stuff, you're getting into Douglas, Arizona, and then down on the other side of the line, of course, there's Agua Prieta down there. So, but the mines back in here, these mountains back in here have the Bisbee mines are back in there. So that's kind of a fun place to be. That's where they found all the copper and stuff. So, all right, so we can do the walking, talking tour here of southern Arizona, but it's not as exciting as people think it is. I mean, the news is really funny on this stuff, but it's just a town with people in it. So, but anyways, 4th of July. Can I walk and talk at the same time? Probably not. 4th of July, our Independence Day, watching movies, having cigars, drinking, whatever, however you guys celebrate. Celebrate with coins this year, right? It's probably really awkward. Is this like the Blair Witch Project right now? Maybe I should sit back down for a little bit. So buy yourself some coins for Buy yourself some coins for Independence Day. Oh, some colonial paper money. That'd be like the most Independence Day. Oh no, Donald, clouds are great. You get enough clouds in here and you can survive. But the most colonial type thing you can buy, right? You got to buy some colonial paper money. Do y'all have colonial paper money? So because that to me is just kind of a must-have when it comes to if you want early Americana. That's the type of thing that really, if I weren't out in the middle of the wilderness right now and I had stuff to show you, 4th of July I would do you know, some early colonial American stuff. Paper money I know actually a little bit better than I know the coinage from the time period, because the coinage is so raw. You know, there's lots of different private issues and stuff out there. So that's the sun trying to poke through though, Donald. And when the sun pokes through, it's going to start to feel a whole lot different out here than it was. We had a really big, nice downpour last night for a while. That was, when I say big, it covered the whole valley. So it was good. It was good. Yeah, and I still need to thank you for that. I'm gonna. Someone's saying, you know, keep on buying. I appreciate the plug there. We will. I should really make my stickers available for everybody. I should start putting stickers on stuff just for the heck of it. You know, I know it's kind of like a running joke and stuff, but it's like there's a part of me that still wants to do that. So, but I've got to try to get back into town before everyone wakes up here. Oh man, Sweet Baby Ray sauce and toning. Maybe since, don't tell anybody, but maybe for my next April Fool's video, I'll try toning coins with like household products like Sweet Baby Ray's sauce. I think that'd be fantastic. Maybe I will literally just paint on the coin with like, you know, watercolors. So it's so funny. All right, one last rant here on coins here. Someone's just commenting there that they think Franklins are the big sleeper. That Franklin series is lots of fun. When I was talking earlier about putting together a series of coins that's raw, so I think that I'm getting derailed again. Give me a second. People, when the comments come through, I always get derailed there. So if you can buy you can put together a really beautiful Franklin set raw. You can cherry pick full bell lines all day raw. I mean, you just got to find the right guys to, you know, if you got local coin shops and guys, they don't care about them as much. It's just a thing. So it's always fun. Anywhere where there's not as popular of a series, they've got potential, right? So I would tell you that you can really do a good job of putting one of those together. I was just working with a customer this last week on his Franklin set. And it's really cool because, you know, they're affordable. You get them in high grade. They look nice in high grade, in my opinion. Proofs are tough. Now try to put together a nice proof cameo set of Franklins. That is tough. That'll really get you. That's the hard stuff. So I think that's a good idea, a good thing to call a sleeper. And I think that's a great way to go. So yeah, 12th set. Okay, he's got an idea. He's actually hoarding them. That's good. That's good. All right. No chupacabra. Not today. Nothing like that, but we did have fun. And appreciate y'all joining me today. And I think I need to get back into town. I need to go get my horse watered up. And I like the idea of doing some prospecting. I just need to get out there and do it. You know, get out here with some prospectors, and maybe I'll go out with the Southern Arizona Prospecting Club sometime and do some streams or some video content. So, hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I know that you know the grills aren't fired up yet for a lot of you, so I know it's good. You know, good time to just hop on. I enjoy doing the live streams on holidays if I've got the availability and you guys got the availability. You know, it's something we always like doing. So, all right, yeah, Tom, thanks for that. You're supposed to press the like button. That's a thing. This is like YouTube and stuff. So I'm supposed to encourage you all to do that type of stuff. But you know, it's good. No chupacabras, no black helicopters, nothing. No. I wish I had a tarantula out here. You should see Okay, after this, if you guys are on Instagram, I'll post a couple things on Instagram right now with the weather that was out here yesterday a little bit, and then also some of the, I only had one thing in the wildlife here, right? I had just a javelina sitting out front eating some food, right? So, but some of you guys like to hunt. Maybe you like the javelina, right? So, all right, guys, I bid you adieu. I'm flabbergasted. Enjoy your 4th, and take care, guys. I'll see you.